Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video we are going to be making the wheel of the train. Now they gave us a cross-section view of this train wheel, so what we're going to do is create this cross-section and then revolve it around the center. So let's get started. I'm going to start a 2D sketch and I'm going to select a plane. It doesn't matter which plane I select, and then I'm going to draw out the rough profile of what that looks like. So I'm not going to put any of the curves in it just yet. I'm just drawing like the block form of it. So it looks something like this. The numbers don't matter a whole much right now. It's just kind of like draw out the rough shape. Okay, and I'm going to draw a line straight down here. This is going to be the center of the wheel. And now let's put some dimensions on. So first of all, the distance from this center of the wheel to this part here is what we need to do. And the hole in the center of the wheel is 0.28. So if I'm going to revolve this around this, I need this to be half of that. So from here to here is going to be 0.14. That way when we revolve it, the whole thing is 0.28. So that's good. Now let's go ahead and put in another dimension, the 0.25 here, from the center to the edge of the foot there. So from here to here is 0.25. The 0.75 is from the center to here. And then the 1 inch is from the center to the very edge. So we have those in. The thickness of this part is 0.25 and half thickness is 0.125. So the thickness of this whole part is 0.25. Enter. And the thickness of half this part from here to here is 0.125, like so. And now that that's all in place, let's go ahead and round off this top part. So it's a circle, but it has a radius of 0.125. So we're going to double that for the circle. I'm going to use the circle tool, find the center of this line, and then I'm going to draw out a 0.25, enter, circle. Okay? And I can now trim off the center of this circle as well as this part here to get that roundness that we see on this picture. Okay, so everything looks pretty good from this view. I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm going to revolve it, select that profile, and then for my rotation axis, so I'll click on axis, I will click on this line here, and if you do that, it should revolve the entirety of the wheel. So I'll press OK. And we need to put in some fillets. It says radius of 0.063 typical. That means that all these edges here are going to have a 0.063 fillet, okay? I'll just cross out the dimensions we've kind of gone through. So let's use the fillet tool right up here, fillet. I'm going to change this to 0.063. Whoops. And then I'm going to click on this edge first, then this edge. I'm going to kind of revolve it so I can see the bottom, then this edge, and then this edge. Okay, so those are all the rounded edges. I'm going to press OK, and then it should round them off. So now we got that nice rounded look to this wheel. Okay, next let's go ahead and create this system of circles over here. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch on the inner surface, and I'm going to draw out a circle on the horizontal line here. The diameter of this circle, according to the series of circles up there, is 0.25. So I'm going to say 0.25, and that's that one up here. Then we got one of 0.125, and then this one from the top, but we'll save that for later. So let's draw in a second circle of 0.125. Enter. And the distance from the center to the center of those circles is 0.7 units. So let's make sure that we are also 0.7 units away. And you won't be able to click at the center here. So what you need to do is use the project geometry button, click on that, and then click on this outer circle. And if you click on this, or this inner circle, if you click on that, it'll create a center. And now we can dimension from the center here to the center of that circle. Or usually you can. Can you no longer do that? Nope, there you go. And I'm going to type in 0.7, enter. And you might be like, oh, it's entering the wheel. That's perfectly fine if it does. It's supposed to do that. It kind of enters the wheel a little bit. So I'm going to finish the sketch, and let's extrude this out. So I'm going to extrude out both of these. A total of, according to this, it's 0.25 units. I've actually checked this though, and it can't be that. It needs to be a little bit more. So we're going to make this 0.375 units, enter. That's what we're going to have it be. And then we're going to extrude out the top part an additional 0.125. So we need to get our sketch back. So under extrusion 1, click on the arrow. There's sketch 2, right click, turn on the visibility. And then I'm going to extrude out the center one. So I'm going in for that center circle, clicking on that, and adding 0.125 to it. So plus 0.125, and it's going to stick out just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to press OK. Creates that. Now we need to create that little opening for the linkage peg. So I'm going to start a sketch on this circle. And I'm going to draw in the center here. And this is just going to be a really small circle. We're talking 0.0625 units, enter. Okay, so 0.0625. And we are going to finish that sketch. I'm going to extrude it, click on it, but I'm going to switch to cut. And we're just going to cut it in 1/4 of an inch. So this is going to be 0.25. And I'll press OK. Okay, so that's what it looks like. We've taken care of these numbers here now, as well as these. So the last thing we need to do is create this series of rings over here. And these are actually circles, or were circles, and then they got trimmed off. They're 30 degrees away from each other. So let's make one of these and then just circular pattern it for the rest. I'm going to start a sketch again on this inner profile. And I'm going to draw 2 circles. The first circle has a radius of 0.37. So starting from the center, I'm going to do 0.37. Whoops. Let me actually just draw out the circle, and then I'm going to dimension it so you can see it better. 0.37, but it's a diameter for this, so we got to do 0.37 times 2. And we're going to do that one more time for this other one, the 0.063. Start at the center, drop a circle down, and then this is going to be 0.63 times 2. Okay, so that's our circle. Now we need to create these 30-degree segments here. So let's go ahead and make it at the top here. I'm going to draw a line from the center all the way to the top, like that. I'm going to draw another line that's vertical. And then finally one last line that goes to the side of it, okay? And it doesn't matter the dimensions because all we really care about is the angle. We want this to be a 30-degree angle from itself. So from the center, using the dimension tool, from the center to this side is going to be 15 degrees, enter. And then from the center to the other side is going to be 15 degrees, enter. And if we cut off all the unnecessary portions, you'll notice that we're left with this segment up here. So I'm going to use the trim tool. I'm going to kind of cut off these, this, and this line in the center. And now we have this section here. I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to extrude this center part. I'm going to make a cut, and I'll press OK. So now we got one of them. Let's also turn off this sketch that's still there. That's sketch 2. And if you don't notice, hover, it'll light up, right click, turn off the visibility, that's gone. And now that we have one of those, we're going to use the circular pattern tool located up here. Click on that, and then all you need to do is click on the feature first. So I'll click on the feature, and then you need to do rotation axis. So click on that arrow, and then click on a circle like this one. If you do that, it'll create the other ones. Press OK, and then it's created the rest of those cuts. Okay, and that's it. That's the wheel. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.